and welcome to Unequal Sequel
Extra.
It's the cocktail of sequels. It's us, Unequal Sequel. It's staying in.
Dave.
The cocktail of sequels. I thought that's a good start.
Yeah, it was. I was expecting a follow-up. Like, some ingredients in the cocktail. Putting some ice in, shaking it up. Ended up with some sequel goodness. Yeah. Didn't happen, did it? Didn't happen.
No, welcome. Welcome to Unequal Sequel Extra. It is that time of the month again. Yes, it's finally ended. September is behind us.
Woohoo!
Finally. It's been it's been emotional.
It's been a slog, isn't it, September?
It has, not just for us, for the whole of the country. It's been emotional. We finally said goodbye to the Queen.
Yeah.
It's been a weird one, Rich.
It has been a weird one, yeah. Got an extra bank holiday, though, didn't we? That's,
Do appreciate that.
All be bad. Turns out the government are still terrible, even though we've got new ones. Still just as bad, if not worse, if anyone thought that could be possible. Queen's dead. Got a king now. So we've got to learn to remember to sing God Save the King, or as we did at rugby the other day, God Save the Queen. Because everyone's a bit confused.
What are we doing?
Yeah. Oh, so what do you mean, what are we doing? What are we doing on this episode?
Well, no. I was just saying that was... Oh, don't worry. It's an early one, guys. Well, they know what we're doing. I've already said what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a monthly roundup.
Did I say that? Yes, the monthly roundup.
The monthly roundup. Just slightly different from Woody's roundup, so that we don't get sued by Disney.
So we don't get sued. Yeah. How's September been for you?
I mean, movie-wise, I've actually watched quite a lot because we've got that extra bank holiday, and I've had a few fallow days where I could get some things done, and a few days off and stuff. So, yeah, I've actually watched a fair bit of content.
Good.
Only one sequel, though. Or only one sequel that we haven't spoken about on other episodes.
Well, we can talk about that in Sequel Club. But what about the episodes we've recorded? Had fun during them? Can you name them all?
Yes. So we did Fisherman's Friends.
That's one of them.
This is all going to get a bit complicated because also you were away at the start of the month. So I've got to... So we recorded things ages ago. So I'm trying to remember what we've recorded. So we did Fisherman's Friends. And we've done Clerks 3.
Yeah, that's two. Two more.
We did our top 5 trilogies.
We did, yeah, that's 3. One more.
Oh, what else did we do? Mission Impossible ranking. Of course we did. How could I forget that? The reason I forgot that is because we recorded it bloody ages ago.
That's the one to forget, yeah. And thank you for everyone that listened to those episodes. We do appreciate that a lot.
We do.
We have got a little bit of correspondence.
Oh, I like it when we get listener input.
Yeah, shall I read them out to you? Basically, we've got most for Mission Impossible and a little bit for trilogies. So
cool.
I'm going to start with an email from Mr. Paul Evans, who likes to email us. Yeah. Thank you, Paul, for ever getting in contact. He said, just listen to the latest podcast, and as usual, I did enjoy it. I was more than a little astounded to hear that Rich had only ever seen the first movie and did not enjoy it.
Yeah.
So was I, Paul. To say I'm a huge fan of the franchise would be such an understatement. I literally squeal in my seat when I see the trailers at the cinema. So do I, Paul. The opening titles always get me and grin in the dark as the fuse is lit. My bad English, not you. Fallout was the best film I saw that year. Loved it. I'm now going to rewatch them all to see if I believe if Rogue Nation tops it.
Oh, cool.
I wonder
It's nice to when we inspire people to watch things back when we talk about them. So that's good.
Yeah.
Hang on,
I haven't finished yet.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Let me finish all the emails. I've always said that Mission Impossible 2 is my least favourite. Glad to hear that you agree. I felt the plot fell apart if Dougray Scott decided he wasn't going to go after Tandy. I guess he's only flesh and blood and just couldn't say no. Again, thanks to the great podcast. So that was one email. This is from Regan. Because of your Mission Impossible review, I rewatched Rogue Nation and Fallout, then went back to 3. Philip Seymour Hoffman as the most psychotic sociopath baddie, and Ghost Protocol out of order. So she watched them out of order.
Wow, that's cool.
But in the best order.
Yeah.
She couldn't bring herself to watch number 2.
Fair. That's very fair. 2 is a big old pile of poops.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks for those. Thanks for those, Paul.
There's more. There's more.
Oh, there's more. More about Mission Impossible. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What can I say?
Okay. One from our mate David Knight. The Mission Impossible films are my favourite action franchise. I even named my eldest son after it, the main character. That is a true story he did. Here's my ranking. So we're going to go worst to best, okay?
He named his firstborn son Mission.
Very good. The main character, I said.
I know.
So, worst to best. So, worst, Mission Impossible 2, Ghost Protocol, Mission Impossible 3, Fallout, Rogue Nation, and Mission Impossible. So, his number 1 was the first one.
Okay.
This is from Alex. I enjoy your Ranking Extra podcast. I would like to say that I enjoy all Mission Impossible movies. I'll go least to best again. So, worst again, Mission Impossible 2, Ghost Protocol.
Everyone's worst.
3, Fallout, Rogue Nation, and Mission Impossible. So his was also Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Wow,
there you
what
go.
did I say about
Turns
that?
out 15-year-old me knows nothing. Like, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, Mission Impossible always been a blind spot. Obviously not a blind spot anymore because, I've watched them all now. I love how many people we've inspired to go back and watch these movies.
Yeah, especially those movies.
That's really cool. And, to get in touch with us and let us know what you've been doing and what you thought. That's brilliant.
To the top 5 trilogies.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to answer this one because Paul has emailed on about this one. Brief email.
Oh, it looks from your face like we've upset Paul. What have we done?
Just wanted you to explain at some point how the 3 Edgar Wright films were made makes a trilogy. Just having the same actors and same director can't make them qualify if the films themselves have no relation to each other. Now, I'm going to let Rich...
I mean, he's got a fair point, right?
The director definitely calls them the Cornetto trilogy.
He does, yeah, that is true.
We did a lot of research, Paul, and they were all on lists saying the Cornetto trilogy, so...
Yeah, Edgar Wright calls them a trilogy. They have a running theme of cornettos going through all 3 of them.
Original strawberry and mint, I think, or something like that.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's thin. But we just like them and we wanted to talk about them, so there you go. You're not wrong, Paul. That's what we're saying. You're not wrong,
but you're not right because the internet told me they're trilogies. And I love all 3 films, so they went in for me. Also, someone on Twitter told us that we're heathens because we didn't pick the Bad Boys trilogy.
Oh, to be fair, that's not a bad shout either. Yeah. It didn't even cross my mind.
No.
I'm not a massive Michael Bay fan. So, and the third Bad Boys kind of felt like a bit like a letdown, but you're right, Bad Boys 1 and 2 are pretty good. So yeah, sorry about that.
And Regan again on Instagram was where was the Hunger Games, and then I said it's 4 films, and then she said it's 3 books. So if I was doing a trilogy of books, I would definitely have put them in there because I think they're great books.
Gotcha.
The 2 last films they drag over to 2 films and
so it disqualified it.
I'm afraid.
Yeah, but you cheated and put Ghostbusters in, so
no,
it's fine.
Ghostbusters is a trilogy. No one's got angry about that yet.
There's still 4 films of it though.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But thank you for everyone for writes in and send us messages. We probably got more and I've just missed them because emails, Instagram, Twitter. I can't keep up. I'm not very.
But we love it. And we will definitely make sure we read out your messages in the monthly roundup list, just like this.
Just like that. And we can explain our thoughts on the Mission Impossible. But Mission Impossible 2 is awful. No one's defended it. I was expecting at least one person to get in touch and go, do you know what? 2's not that bad.
I'm glad no one's defended it because it just goes to show that our listeners have great taste.
You've all got great taste. And I know one got in contact telling me that we were wrong for not adding the Godfather trilogy. And I thought that would be a big point because,
Fair point.
But the third one
I couldn't because I've not seen the third one.
And the third one's rubbish.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, on to news. Do the news.
Beep, 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 beep. Sequel news.
Okay, it has been quite thin this week, but we've got 4 things for me to talk about. So what do you want? 1, 2, 3 or 4?
3.
Okay, 3. Click on tab number 3. Oh yeah, this is a weird one. It was announced Sony are making a new Karate. Sony are making a new Karate Kid movie.
Oh, okay. Right. Original Karate Kid? Like Cobra Kai?
Well, they're calling it a
follow-on,
fourth,
or?
but it's not connected to Cobra Kai, I don't think.
Well, it can't be a fourth because there's already 5.
Oh, yeah. How many are there? So there's 1, 2, 3.
There's Karate Kid 1, 2, and 3, which is with Daniel-san. And there's a fourth, which is Mr. Miyagi with...
Hilary Swank.
Oh, Hilary Swank, yeah, which is called The Next Karate Kid. And then there's the 5th one, which, strictly speaking, is a reboot, but sort of seems to exist in the same universe. The one with Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan. Is it Jackie Chan?
It is Jackie Chan.
Yeah. So, yeah. Not a... and then there's Cobra Kai, obviously.
But this one, the maker of Cobra Kai,
that.
John Hatzitz, I can't pronounce it. The guys and I would like to make Karate Kid and Cobra Kai movies and hope to one day, but this one isn't from us or focused on the Cobra Kai cast. Don't know much about it, but wish it well. So how's that going to work in a world where Cobra Kai is massive? It's a huge success.
And rightly
it's
so.
brought Karate Kid back to your focus.
I desperately wanted to include Karate Kid in our trilogies, but I couldn't because of that rule of there being the 4th one that no one's ever watched ever and doesn't exist.
But it's still got Mr. Miyagi in it, right?
It has
still
got
Mr.
Miyagi in it, yeah. I know, that's why I didn't pick it. So I'm annoyed because I love those movies and I love Cobra Kai. So
if they did another Karate Kid, because you are a massive fan, you like all the Cobra Kais, you like, and it's not connected to anything previously. How would you feel about that? Would you watch it?
I'd probably be happier if they do a Karate Kid movie that isn't connected.
Really?
If they try and connect it, they're going to cock it up.
But how is that going to work in the world? I don't think I need all this Karate Kid franchise business.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure I do either, but it's easier to ignore it if it's not connected. So
that is true. What if it was connected to the Jackie Chan one? If it was a sequel to that? I mean, how long ago was that? 2010 or something?
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't I don't think that was great, the Jackie Chan one, but it wasn't awful.
It had Jackie Chan in it, so that's all right.
It had Jackie Chan in it, so that's decent. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind a follow-up to that, like if that's the road they're going to go down. I don't think they really need it, though.
No, that's how I felt.
Well, I'd prefer they just left it alone and just put more funding into Cobra Kai, really.
Which is huge.
That's great.
I mean,
yeah.
You love it.
I do love it. I do. It's cheesy as hell, but I love it.
It's a bit too cheesy for me to really, really get into it. On to the next news. 1, 2, or 4?
2, please.
Okay, 2. This is an interesting one, actually. Keanu Reeves returning for a Constantine sequel.
Oh, that is interesting. That's quite a good movie, isn't it?
I think it's underrated, to be honest.
Yeah.
A lot of people were angry because he wasn't blonde at the time.
Right. Okay.
Because he's got dark hair, and in the comic books he's blonde. Do you know much about this character?
I don't.
See, this is probably why we enjoyed it more.
I know a lot of people are really passionate about it, and I'm pretty sure the Sequelizers guys really love it. But yeah, I don't know a lot about it. I'm quite, from what I remember, it's a decent movie, and I've not watched it for a long time, and I might go back and watch it again now we've talked about it.
Okay, pick the next news number.
4.
Okay, it was D23 the other day, and the most exciting thing to come out of it was the first glimpses of Indiana Jones 5. We haven't seen this teaser, so I have to read what it kind of happened. Yeah, Rich is not excited. Apparently,
well, I've heard Spielberg's left the project.
I think he'll be producing it.
Or he's stepped back.
He's not directing it. It's James
He's not directing
James Mangold.
Right. Oh, okay.
I would imagine that he's on as an executive producer, but how much I don't know. But the big thing for me, reading about the trailer, there are some de-aged Harrison Fords. So it looks like there's a bit of time jumpage. Is that a bad thing or a good thing?
I'm not a big fan of de-aging.
But what if they get it right? Finally.
Yeah, I don't. They made Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Are you excited for the 5th one at all? Does the name Indiana Jones even get you pumped?
No, I'm really not. And that's the problem, is that because, again, I love Indiana Jones. I grew up as a child wanting to be Indiana Jones. My dad had to sit me down and tell me that's not what archaeologists do. So, because I was dead set on becoming an archaeologist.
I'd love to see that.
And I genuinely wanted to be Indiana Jones more than anything else. I once went to a fancy dress party dressed as Indiana Jones, and my girlfriend at the time went dressed as the Boulder. That's how much I love Indiana Jones. Like, you know, I would. I just feel like it's going to be a letdown.
He's very old now.
It's going to be a big disappointment. He's really old. I suppose at least it's not got Shia LaBeouf.
It hasn't.
In it,
they showed Phoebe Waller-Bridge. They showed more of her.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, I forgot she was in it. Is she writing some
I'm
of
not
it?
quite sure if she's writing, but she's in it. She's a new character called Helena. Love interest?
Okay.
I hope not. Unless
No.
it is one of the.
Fuck
unless
no.
it's one of the flashback bits where he's de-aged.
Oh yeah, true. Please, no old man, young woman love interest.
The reason I'm trying to get you, I mentioned this, is
Please.
because I'm trying to get you pumped for this film.
You're making it worse. You're making it worse, Dave.
Do you think this is going to be a hard sell? People are going to go and see it, right?
Oh yeah, of course they are. Everyone's going to go and see it. And either I'll be completely wrong and it'll be a Top Gun Maverick of a movie and everyone will love it, or it'll be down the route of Crystal Skull and I'll come out wanting to never watch a movie ever again because I'm so disappointed.
Once this is done, and this is Harrison Ford's swan song, he's done with a character.
Yeah.
Will they go back? Because it's a franchise now. Will they go back and try and carry on? Will they recast Indiana Jones? Are they going to go down a Bond route and recast every few movies kind of thing?
What, do like a young indie kind of thing and reboot
there was a young,
it?
there was a young Indiana Jones. It was
There was a young
TV
Indiana
series.
Jones TV show, yeah. And obviously in River Phoenix was young Indiana Jones in the
So big boots filled there.
third one. They might.
They will. They
might.
must do. They're never going to let this go.
It depends if this one makes money, doesn't it? If this one makes money, then yeah, they will. If it doesn't make any money, then they might not. I read a really depressing article yesterday, saying that cinema is dead. Like streaming has killed cinema, and cinemas will soon be closing all over the country. And I was like, no,
God.
don't do this
That's
to
my
me.
favourite place.
I'm gonna have to like install some sort of like mini cinema in my house.
We could open one.
Anyway, yes, yeah. There is no cinema in the town I live in, and it needs one.
So you're going to
there
see
we
us
go.
try and make a cinema.
Yeah, cinema, podcast recording studio,
God.
all in one.
We're not kidding, guys. It's going to happen. Okay, last bit of news.
Yeah, Unequal cinema.
Unequal cinema. Oh, we're going to be rich. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Already rich.
But there is. They are now filming Beverly Hills Cop 4: Axel Foley.
I think colon's the right word.
It looks like all the Judge Reinhold's back, Paul Reiser's back, Eddie Murphy's obviously
Okay.
back as Axel Foley.
I mean,
straight to
it-
Netflix.
again-
What do you reckon?
Oh, well, that doesn't bode well. Again, it could be great. I think 3 wasn't great.
Yeah,
From my memory.
the first two are really good.
And if we judge this on the Coming to America
I
sequel,
think bad taste in your mouth there.
that was shocking. But you never know. Again, like Top Gun Maverick has completely like flipped my mind. Because before I would have said no chance. And now that I've seen that movie and how good it is, then maybe there's a chance. Maybe. But it's still a maybe.
But is there a need for a Beverly Hills Cop 4? I mean,
Of course there isn't. There's no need for any of these things. But,
he's not wrong.
I don't think there's a need for many legacy sequels, to be honest. I mean, unless, like Top Gun, there was a way to go, but I don't think there's a need for a legacy fourth movie for any.
Well, they've been trying to make
trilogy.
this film for decades, it feels. There was even a few years ago, they
Have
made
they?
a TV
Okay.
series pilot, and they were trying to hand it over to, like, he had a son, and Eddie Murphy made a cameo in it. Never got picked up.
No, I can see why.
And now Netflix has come in with the big money. They've got Reinhold back. They've got Ashton back as Sergeant Taggart. Eddie Murphy's.
They're all going to be very old.
Well, again, this is the legacy sequels. But normally they hand it over to someone. Apparently, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it.
Okay.
Oh, look at him smile
Well,
now.
I like him. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Yeah, I like him. So Yeah, although I did see him talking about David O. Russell, and David O. Russell's gone very down in my estimations.
I can't get over this David
in
O.
lots of
Russell
ways.
business because
No,
there's a premiere the other night as Amsterdam, and everyone's just swanning and laughing and greeting him and having the best time.
Yeah, and he sounds like a scumbag.
It's not even just one account. There's multiple accounts of him being a scumbag. So
yeah,
if you can make it in Hollywood, you can make it anywhere, kids.
Oh, yeah. That prompted a discussion with my wife about, are there any nice directors to work for left? And so we did some digging with people we know who work in movies. Apparently the Russo brothers are very nice to work for.
Really?
Yeah. So my caveat was, makes good movies. Probably Scorsese, also great to work for. Like, very, very nice.
Steve McQueen, I know, is very nice.
Ron Howard as well.
Oh, I imagine Ron Howard's lovely.
Apparently, Steven Spielberg is nice, but it's a hell of a slog working on his movies.
I'd do it.
You're worked hard.
But look at the end results of.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying. This is like our conversation was: can you be a great director and also a nice person? Is it possible? Apparently, Tarantino's quite nice to work for.
Really? Okay. That surprises me.
I wouldn't have thought that, but yeah.
I was about to list off some directors I've heard are absolute arseholes, but I'll leave them.
Yeah, there's a few. There's a few.
Anyway.
I think there's more arseholes than not.
That is a shame. Anyway, if you do work on films and you have worked with nice directors, can you let us know? Because that would be really nice to shine a light of, nice working conditions of nice people.
That's true. Yeah. Want to celebrate good leaders.
Absolutely.
Let's do that.
Should we move on to Sequel Club?
Yeah, we probably should. We were a bit off topic on that one, weren't we?
Sequel Club. Jingle, please.
Sequel Club. I don't know.
That sound familiar?
Keep making that one up.
Your go-to is Go High. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do you first, quickly.
I've only watched one sequel that we haven't talked about on an episode, or we will talk about on an upcoming episode. But it is one we have talked about previously, a long while ago. And I introduced my son to The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under.
Oh, you magical boy. One of those films when the sequel is better than the original. In my head, it is. And I haven't watched these films in decades, probably.
No, it is. It is. The sequel is better than the original.
Rescuers Down Under was such an experience in the cinema when I was younger, guys. That opening scene when the eagle fly in, the animation is incredible of Australia.
It's really good. The animation is a massive step up from the first one.
There was a big old gap, wasn't there?
There's quite a big gap, yeah. I think it's like, is it Down Under 1990?
It does sound familiar. 1990, 91. I was very young.
Yeah, I think it's 1990 or 89, 90, and the first one is like early 80s. So yeah, there's a good time difference, but you can see it in the animation. It definitely.
I would love a third one of them. I don't understand why it's not been around. I mean, the mice would be.
Well, they're both on Disney Plus. You can watch them quite easily.
But...
yeah, but not in Cartoon World. They wouldn't.
Well, even a reboot. Actually, I don't want a reboot because the second one was really good. Rescuers Down Under.
No, if you're listening, Disney, no live action one, please. For Christ's sake. Oh, God. I hate these live action reboots. All of them. They're just, rubbish. I haven't seen Cinderella, though, so apparently that's not so bad.
They showed some stuff of the new Snow White at D23 and stuff like that. Gal Gadot is playing the evil queen.
Oh, well, that's... okay. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I thought you were going to say Snow White then. No. I was going to say, that's put me off. But actually, no. Evil Queen, maybe. Can see it. I can see it.
So your kids really liked it? Your kid really liked it?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he really liked them. Like, we watched the first one, and actually, we've talked about this in the movie section. But yeah, we watched another Disney movie, and then we watched the first Rescuers. Because there was a day when he was really ill and he wanted a duvet day. So we had a duvet day and just watched movies. But yeah, watched the first Rescuers, and then I was like, there's another one. Do you want to watch another Rescuers? And he was like, yeah, I do, yeah. And he definitely enjoyed the second one more.
Can't tell you the plot of the first one.
It's not too far off the plot of the second one. A little girl, a little orphan girl is kind
Which
of
city? Is it Paris?
Adopted but kidnapped. No, it's New Orleans. She's kidnapped / illegally adopted by a couple who are using her to crawl into a tiny cave and get diamonds out for them.
Wow, dark.
Yeah, it's quite dark. And the rescuers go off and rescue her. Yeah.
And the second one's
like
set in Australia, hence the Down Under.
Yeah, the second one's in Australia, where a poacher kidnaps a little boy. So, yeah.
Does Mel Gibson voice the Australian mouse thing? Or have I completely made up? I don't think it is.
No, I think you might be right, actually. I'm going to look it up.
I only say that because he's Australian and they're in Australia.
I'm sure there's somebody big in it. I don't know if it's Mel Gibson. Rescuers Down Under, 1990. So
that's one of my first cinema memories. I was 5.
No, it's not Mel Gibson. But obviously it does have John Candy as Wilbur. The
standout character.
Yeah. And Bob Newhart's Bernard. So Bob Newhart, you might know him as Professor Proton in Third Rock from
Elf.
Third Rock from the Sun.
Big Bang Theory.
In Big Bang Theory, yeah. Yeah, or Papa Elf from Elf. Yeah, he's
their voices are really good. Shall I tell you what I've watched? I've watched a trilogy.
Oh, okay.
We watched one.
What's your trilogy?
The Expendables.
Oh, okay. I've only seen the first one.
Really? They're fun. It's a fun trilogy. I think the second one's the better one in my head.
Yeah. Okay. I remember quite enjoying the first.
They're
I saw
silly.
the first one in the cinema, and I quite enjoyed it. Like, it's not groundbreaking cinema or anything, but I remember coming out going, that was quite fun. I like that.
There's a scene in the second one. There's Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, and Stallone all shooting guns at the same time, doing each other's lines from their other movies. And I saw it in a cinema, just had like a normal day, and everyone had the best time. It has like Jean-Claude Van Damme as the bad guy, and his name's like Villan, like John Villan or something.
Villan.
Yeah. The third one is, so the first two are quite violent, they're quite bloody, and I think they're 15, 18s. And then, so the third one, they tried to make it a little bit more family friendly. So they went down to a 12, and I think it shows, it drags a bit more.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And the problem is, I wanted to talk about earlier, Harrison Ford's in the third one.
Oh, wow, okay.
And he seems old in that one.
When was that? That was like at least 10 years ago, right?
7, 8 years ago. I just remembered, I went to the premiere of Expendables 3. So I really enjoyed it the first time I saw it, because I was like, oh my God, I literally walked past Stallone and they all came out at the beginning, loads of them. Wesley Snipes, Jason Statham. I can't remember who else was there, but Bandanas was there. It was incredible to watch. And this is the second time I've watched it now. And I was like, it's not as good as the second time. I probably should have left that in the locker as... I mean, they're big, dumb and stupid, and they are what they say on the tin.
Yeah.
And there's a fourth one coming.
Is there? Wow. Oh my God, they're all going to be like on Zimmer frames.
I think they're going to kill off something this time.
I think they're going to have to. They're knocking on 80.
They must hand over, they must hand over the torch to some younger action stars. I think it's going to...
I mean, Jason Statham.
Statham's going to lead it. I'm not quite sure who's going to come with him. So we'll have to see. I think they're going to kill off Stallone, which he doesn't die in many films.
No, that's true.
That's going to be a big thing. I could be wrong. I don't know anything about this. I just know he was there for part of the filming, but not all of it. And this used to be his baby. So he directed the first one, and I think they wrote the other two. It kind of shows at some point. But that's. Oh, and I watched Sing 2 again, which I still think is, I really enjoyed it.
I don't want to watch it again because I've already seen it 4 times. So
don't make me watch it again.
It's not as good as the first one. It's not.
It's got U2 songs in. It's not as
good as the first one. Yeah, which is why it's not as good as the first one.
Anyway, on to Movie Club.
Okay. I don't have a jingle
yes,
for
you
Movie
do.
Club.
Come on.
Do I?
Movie Club. There we go.
Done. Deal.
What have we watched?
So, I mentioned that we watched a classic Disney movie before we watched The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under, and that was The Great Mouse Detective.
Basil.
I don't know if you remember that. Basil the Great Mouse Detective, yeah.
I don't remember it. I know it's a thing.
I watched it at the cinema
1988?
when I was a kid. Yeah,
sorry, I could have made a really harsh show, like 1969.
Yeah, I was 7. I was the same age as my little boy is now. I watched it at the cinema and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I watched it again. I'm not saying I loved it as much.
I think that one's got,
it's still good.
It's got a cult following because it's not one that everyone mentions. Actually, I don't even think it's a Disney film, but it is a Disney film, obviously.
It is a Disney film,
but
yeah.
It's not one that comes to the top of your head, is it?
As far as I understand it, Walt Disney always wanted to make a Sherlock Holmes movie, and Sherlock Holmes estate, the Arthur Conan Doyle estate, would not sell the rights to Disney to make it. So they made Basil the Great Mouse Detective, which is blatantly a Sherlock Holmes rip-off, and as close to the IP as possibly they could get without getting sued, as far as I understand it.
It's pretty much Sherlock Holmes, isn't it? I haven't even seen it.
Basically Sherlock Holmes.
You look at the title and you're like, well, and you look at the front cover and you're like, well, he's been Sherlock Holmes there.
Yeah. But yeah, so they did that to kind of get around copyright law.
Did the boy enjoy it?
Yeah, he did. He did enjoy it. Rescue, again, not as much as Rescuers Down Under, but yeah, he did enjoy it. I enjoyed
Disney's
it,
just timeless,
but not as much as I did when I was 7.
7. What year was that? Can you tell me?
Yeah. When I was 7, 1988.
1988. I was 2.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Talking of Disney, I started watching the live-action Pinocchio.
Started. That's not a good start.
Didn't finish. George finished, and I made my excuses. I had to go downstairs and make dinner.
I've heard of horrible things. I haven't brought myself to do it yet. It's just pointless.
It's not just pointless. It's creepy as hell. Like, it was kind of creepy. You will hate it because you don't like puppet stuff anyway, do you? But yeah, you ain't gonna like it. I don't know. It's just stuff that you can get away with in animation, which still felt really creepy to me. Like kids turning into donkeys and stuff because they've been drinking and smoking and all that kind of stuff that doesn't play well in modern day not animation.
Oh, God, yeah. I don't know how I feel about these Disney remakes. I
don't like them. I don't understand. It's just for profit, isn't it, really?
Yes.
And they're not even that, they're not even releasing them in cinemas, so they're not making that much money off of them, surely.
Have you seen the Dumbo?
No, I don't want to.
I didn't think it was awful.
No, I don't. Again, Dumbo creeped me out as a kid.
There's some bits in there. But I would say that's more lends itself to live action than, say, The Lion King.
Well, the problem with The Lion King is...
no emotion.
The thing that makes The Lion King good, is that the animals have human emotions. So that when the wildebeest are all crashing into the valley, Simba's ears go down and his eyes go big and he's like...
yeah.
And then when that same scene happens in the live action movie,
dead.
The face of the lion is blank.
Yeah.
Like dead behind the eyes. It's like a statue of a stuffed lion. This just doesn't have the animation. The characters aren't animated. So yeah, anyway. That's all my Disney stuff.
Any films for you or not with the kids?
So I watched a couple of films that people absolutely love. I watched Licorice Pizza and I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I still haven't seen either of these, so yes.
Okay, so Licorice Pizza I didn't get. I don't know. I didn't get the hype. I didn't understand why people loved it so much. It's all right. It's okay, but...
Are you a big fan of
I can't see what's groundbreaking about it. Yeah, I mean, some stuff, like Punch Drunk Love, I love it. I think it's a brilliant movie. And this, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't connect with me quite so much. I feel like the characters are odd. You've got a 25-year-old girl who's sort of ends up in a relationship with a 15-year-old boy.
I've heard that's a bit icky.
That's a bit icky. I don't know. It's a strange one. I preferred Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Doctor Strange, if you're watching, this is how you do a multiverse movie.
Heard that, yeah.
This is it's hard to follow. There are I actually. At one point, I was like, I'm going to have to rewind this and watch this bit again because I don't understand what's going on. It's not a movie you can watch without concentrating.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all good. I also watched. I've got two more in Movie Club as well. Told you I watched a lot of movies this month. So I watched Sunshine, Danny Boyle one.
Oh yeah.
Loved it. Really good.
Is that your first time watching
it? I've forgotten how good it was. No. I've seen it before. I'd just forgotten how good it was, and it's not often that I rewatch movies, but it came into my brain for some reason. And I was like, I'm going to go and watch that. And I also watched a film called Guns Akimbo.
The Daniel Radcliffe, yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe. And you know what? I really quite enjoyed it. It's not great, but it's fun. It's a fun movie.
Talking about dickhead directors, there's one, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, he went a bit mental on the internet just before release and really harmed it. But Radcliffe continues to put out strange work. And
really good. Like, he's really good in it. He really is. It's a good movie. Like I enjoyed it. It's gruesome and it's quite sick and twisted. But yeah, it's a lot better than I thought it was.
And what
did
your son think of that one?
Thinking, oh, this will do. He didn't watch that one. My wife wouldn't even watch that one. What about you then, Dave? What are you watching? Sorry, I've monopolised this.
No,
a
that's
little
fine
bit.
because I only got two to talk about. One, I went and saw Jaws on the IMAX. They recently released Jaws again on IMAX and also in 3D, but I didn't see it in 3D because I'm still very wary of 3D.
Yeah.
And Jaws is one of my favourite films. It's definitely top tier, God tier, I would say. Perfect films. And it's the best I've ever seen Jaws was Rich. The sound was amazing. It's just amazing, isn't it? I don't have to talk about Jaws because it's just the best film ever.
It's brilliant, yeah.
But I've never seen it like that big. I've seen it at the Prince Charles many years ago, and I loved it then. But seeing it on the IMAX screen, and I've never heard it sound as good as that. And it still plays very well. The head through the boat made my wife jump.
Really? Still made her jump.
They're all the three of them together. Their chemistry, Schneider, Dreyfus, and Robert Shaw, amazing. It's just a perfect film.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
And the other film I watched again is I made my wife watch Rocky, and she commented that it's more of a love story than she thought it was going to be, because I think Rocky. Especially the first one, people think it's going to be all boxing because, the later sequels get a little bit out of hand. But the first one is more of a character piece, and it's more of a love story about these two people and a man trying to take his best shot and find out his way in the world and stuff.
It's not the movie you think it's going to be.
No, it's not what the decades of, Simpsons jokes have made it out to be.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. What people think in the mindset set is not what the Rocky original film is. It's a brilliantly written.
Did it win an Oscar?
Yeah, he won for writing, I think. Writing.
Right, okay.
I don't know if he won best
Screenplay.
film. Can't remember. But Stallone, man, he's great in that film.
Yeah, he is. He's really good.
And I love Rocky.
He's real good.
I went down I remember, it's special, that film. Forgot how good it was, and now we're going to hopefully do the rest of them if I can.
Yeah. Well, me and you got to watch Rocky 4 in the cinema, didn't we?
The re-release. That was fun. But that's when Rocky gets, I would say, even though that's my favourite Rocky film,
that's when it gets silly.
It got silly during the third one. But it's a very different film to the first one.
I've still not seen the third one. I've seen 1, 2, 4 and 5, and I've still not seen 3.
And you haven't seen 6?
No, I haven't seen 6, no.
We'll get there.
We'll
all get there.
That's Rocky Balboa, isn't it? I've not seen that one, no. Yeah, I'll get there.
But that's all I've watched.
Okay. Well, very, very good movies, though. Yours was quality over quantity, where mine was definitely quantity over quality.
I watched a bit of TV, but no complete series.
Yeah.
So let's go on to TV Club.
I've watched
Hang on, I'm doing my... How dare you? TV Club. Okay.
Yeah, I watched a lot of TV. Finished. I don't think I watched all of these entire series.
No, nothing's
September.
finished.
I finished off a few series in September.
What have you finished off and watched?
Severance on Apple Plus.
I've heard it's great.
Plus. Oh my god, it's great. It's so good. Talking of quality over quantity, Apple TV Plus is the place to go for absolute quality
You're
stuff.
a big fan of them, yeah.
Severance is insanely really
Directed by Ben Stiller.
Good. I know.
Who's done some good films, but then Zoolander 2 came out and derailed him.
Yeah. But it's excellent. It really is excellent. It's really, really worth watching. And also one that I didn't start this month, but I finished this month, Trying, also on Apple TV Plus. Oh, it's heartbreaking and beautiful and heartwarming and lovely all at the same time. It might even be better than Ted Lasso.
Shut up.
Seriously, I'm not joking. It might even be better than Ted Lasso. I love it so much.
Okay.
Like Rafe Spall and Esther Smith, their chemistry is incredible. I would genuinely believe they're actually married. Like they're brilliant. In fact, I think Esther Smith might steal it a little bit. Actually, I think she's so good, and I did
watch the first 2 episodes of the first series, and I think it was too. I knew it would break me, if that makes sense.
Imelda Staunton's in it. She's great as well.
She'd be great.
I mean, I must have. I think in the 3 series. So it's 3 series. And there's series 4 is coming.
Yeah, it's been greenlit.
I think I cried at least 4 times.
If you cried, Rich, I've got no chance.
Mate, it's beautiful. Honestly, it's beautiful.
I don't want to do it to myself. Anything else? Anything else you finished before we talk about the ones we've started? And
those two are the only ones I finished. Oh, Cobra Kai.
oh, you did. You
Cobra Kai because
you did that in a day.
I binged it in like 2 days.
As good as the rest of them. Getting silly yet?
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's been silly since the first one. It is silly, it is cheesy, and I love it.
And they brought back another bad
Really
guy
love
from
it.
one of the other old films this time, or
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, they have sort of. He's not in loads of it, but yeah, there is another bad guy come back from the other.
I don't know how they keep finding them
3.
from. I don't remember that many bad guys. Cool. Would you recommend? Which one would you recommend? Actually, you haven't finished yet. What else have you watched? We're going to talk about the ones.
I started watching She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Now, I've watched She-Hulk, and I like it. I think it's a breezy 20-odd minutes.
Yeah.
It's very different.
Do you know who else really likes it? My 7-year-old son really likes
okay.
it. Because it's that kind of, it's funny. It's a comedy. Definitely a comedy.
Some of the CG doesn't work on when she is.
No.
Some bits it does though. It's weird.
She walks like a robot when she's She-Hulk a lot of the time. Like, she looks like one of the fembots in Austin Powers. But yeah, the CGI, you've got to forgive the CGI though. It's TV, it's not a movie. And yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I like it.
Not the most amazing TV show you're ever going to see in your life, but it's fun.
It's easy to stick with.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's half an hour. Yeah. It's not gonna break
it's
you.
not a brain hurter, that one.
No. And I've also been watching again on Disney Plus. Welcome to Wrexham.
I think this is great. Did you watch the latest episode? Came out yesterday, I think.
I did.
When they actually get to Wrexham, I thought.
Yeah.
Some of that is hilarious.
It is, yeah, but also really heartwarming as well. Like, they're really putting a lot into this, building this community. They really kind of like, bless them, especially like Rob McElhenney. Like, he really cares.
I mean, he's all in.
Like, Ryan Reynolds is the one that gets all the publicity, and everyone's like,
Ryan
Reynolds,
friend.
and then this bloke off the telly. Yeah, but he's the one who's really passionate about it. He's the one who really wants to do it. But yeah, I really like it.
It's an
really
interesting
good.
thing because you think it's going to be about football, and it is about football, but I don't think you need to like football to watch the programme.
No, there's a whole episode just about Wales.
Yeah, which is great.
It's just like introducing Americans to Wales.
Oh, they're so good, those bits.
Yeah, it is really good. It's a really well-made documentary, definitely.
And
yeah,
finally, so we're not going to talk about House of Dragon because neither of us are watching it until it's ended.
I'm waiting until it's finished, and then I'll get a Now TV subscription for a month.
Well, I've got Now TV, and I'm not watching it until it's ended, and it's working really well because I don't know any of the names, so I see stuff on the internet, and it's like random. I don't know any of these spoilers, if these are spoilers. And
I've managed to avoid them.
So I don't know what's going on. I'm really looking forward. We're going to bash it out in a day, probably, or two when it's finished.
Yeah, me too.
But we've both been watching Rings of Power.
Yeah, we have.
Thoughts?
And
initial thoughts? What, 4 episodes in? 5 came out? Yes, I haven't watched it yet.
No, I haven't watched it either. It's slow so far.
Orcs are scary, man.
The orcs are scary. And the orcs are good. The stuff with the orcs in is good, but there's not enough.
That's the storyline that's really intrigued me. Galadriel on her island, and that not so much intrigue of what's going on there.
No,
dwarf stuff
and
with
the
Elrond. That's good.
That's quite good. Yeah, the half-foots.
They're dragging that a bit. How many episodes is this meant to be?
I don't know. Is it only going to be one series? They're going to make another series?
Definitely, because they made the first series in New Zealand, but now they're going to come and make it in Cornwall or somewhere.
Right, okay. So they are definitely making another series, so we're not going to get to the end.
I think there's a big battle at some point.
Okay. So it's all just going to build up to one big battle. We're not going to...
I don't know, Rich. I don't know.
So I need a bit of context, because I've been watching this and I've been like, so is this before the Rings of Power are...
yeah, this is how the Rings of Power are created.
Right, gotcha.
I think that's what they're planning to make, the elves are planning to make in that thing they're building.
Right, and there's 12 rings?
Something like that.
Is it?
Yeah. One ring to rule them all.
One ring to bind them. Find them, whatever it is. And then in the darkness bind them.
It looks all right, though.
Yeah.
It doesn't sometimes look like it's the most expensive program I've made. They spent £1 billion or whatever on this.
Yeah.
And still, some of the backgrounds look shitty, but something looks good.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I think the acting is very good. The performance is very good. I don't know. It just feels a bit slow.
I'm happy to be back in that world.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it works well as a TV show. That's the thing. Like,
it's not as good as a film.
I think I prefer a movie. You know, like, yeah. Anyway, and also the source. We've talked about the source material for the Hobbit movies not being that rich. Well, this is basically an appendices to Lord of the Rings, isn't it?
I think so.
The source material is very weak.
Well, I don't know enough about it. I've never read the books outside of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, so I'm not quite sure.
Well, I think it's basically just a collection of bits of information about the world, the Silmarillion, or whatever it's called. I don't think it's not a story. I don't think. I've never read it either, but that's my understanding.
I'm intrigued to see where it goes, and hopefully by the end of next roundup, we'll be able to tell you what we thought at the end, if they stuck the landing at all.
We'll see. We'll see.
But that's all from me for TV Club, as I can remember.
Woohoo!
Let's swiftly move on, because we're running out of time, for releases.
Oh,
releases.
What's coming?
Okay, for sequel-wise.
Yes. Excited. Because we've not had many sequels for a while.
Okay.
You know, we're Clerks 3, and that was a bit of a surprise.
I think there's two, possibly 3 this month. Okay, we've got Hocus Pocus. Comes out on 30th of September. We're going to be reviewing that the week after in October. Very excited for that, because I get made to watch Hocus Pocus every year at Halloween. I don't think it's the best film.
I can't remember the first one, so I'll have to watch it again.
Oh, Jesus, Rich, what do you watch on Halloween?
Well, I don't really. I take the kid out trick-or-treating and then go to bed.
Yeah.
But normally because he's bouncing off the walls for 15 hours.
Me and you don't like
all
horror films?
Not massively,
They're going to finish the new on the 14th of October, which we may or may not review. Depends if we watch the other ones beforehand. Is Halloween Ends.
Right. So I mean, I've seen the original Halloween.
No, but these are the new ones. So it's Halloween, which carries on from Halloween 1, 2. And then we got Halloween again. Then there was Halloween Kills.
Hang on a second. So there's Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween again.
Well, there's loads of other Halloweens. The new ones ignored them.
Okay. And then the new one's called Halloween.
It's called Halloween again.
Again. Yeah. And then there's another Halloween 2?
Halloween Kills.
Halloween Kills,
and this one called Halloween Ends.
Gotcha.
And they've all still got Jamie Lee Curtis in as Laurie.
Okay.
And it's about her family, I think. I haven't watched any of these films.
Not going to lie, sounds shit.
Well, apparently the first one's really good. And then the second one, not. It was just a lot of pointless kills, apparently. It felt like a filler film. Is this what I've heard? Because they announced they were making a trilogy before.
Second part of the trilogy. Okay, well, I watched the first two.
Because there's no other. Yeah. And then on the 21st of October is Black Adam. Now, we have to decide, is this... Because it's in the Shazam universe.
Yeah, but, well... Is Shazam in it?
He might be. He might pop up at the end. Maybe a Superman turns up. Who knows? But we did do the Batman. Well, I suppose the Batman's another Batman film. Anyway, the Rock's film, and apparently it's going to change the landscape of the DC universe.
Well, I'll probably go and watch it.
Yeah, but
and then we can either do an episode about it, or we can talk about it in the monthly roundup.
Yeah, for me, the Rock always talks a good game, and I feel like I've bought into. I've seen through his bullshit now.
Yeah, we've been fooled before, The Rock. If that is your real name.
It's not.
We can smell what you're cooking, and it's not very nice.
If he wants to come on the show and talk about sequels, he can.
Yeah.
He always really bigs up films and makes me believe they're going to be the best thing ever, and then very rarely...
He's a very good hype man.
Oh my God, he's unbelievable. You know? For a studio, he will give you everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
But how many of his late films have really delivered?
Quite like Jumanji and Jumanji 2.
Jumanji 2's not great. One, all right.
But it's all right. I think it's all right. But yeah, other than that, there ain't many. Mm-hmm. Hobbs and Shaw. That was the last one I enjoyed.
But but that's not even his thing. Oh.
No,
let's not go into him. But that is for the sequel-ish stuff. But apart from that, other films, we've got The Woman King, Viola Davis. I've heard good things about that. Amsterdam, the David O. Russell film we were talking about earlier.
Not sure about that. I'm sure it'll be a really good film, but I'm really disappointed because I like his movies. It turns out that he's an absolute tool.
Absolute tool. Another film, Lyle Crocodile. A singing talking crocodile.
We've seen adverts for that.
I've seen a lot of trailers for that.
Yeah.
Matilda, the The film,
The
the film
musical,
of the
the
musical.
Tim Minchin one. Yeah.
Yes. So the
Yeah.
musical was of the book. So this is the film of the musical of the book.
Yes.
I believe.
Absolutely.
And then at the end of the month, we have Bros, which is a gay rom-com.
Okay.
Which looks great.
Yeah, I've seen a trailer for that as well.
Looks really funny.
Yeah.
And then that's it for October. Really, I would say from things I can recognise by looking at them.
Cool. Well, I mean, October sounds better than September did.
Yeah,
And
there
September was a bit
could
better
be
than
some
August.
stuff dropping on.
So,
You know what I mean? I can't think of the word. Online.
Trailers, yes, could be stuff on streaming, and could be some nice anniversary episodes to go back and look at.
Hopefully,
because there are lots of Halloweeny stuff around this time, lots of scary
we've got
movies.
to decide. We could do an episode of our best Halloween films. So not Halloween films, not those Halloween films, but other Halloween sequels. If that makes sense.
Our best scary movies, but not scary movie.
Sequels.
Our best horror movie sequels.
Yeah, but me and you don't
That's
watch
not a
horror
bad one.
films.
No,
So it's going to be
true.
like Scream 2,
I
Evil
do
Dead.
have to watch. Rosemary's Baby, so I can scratch it off.
It's not a sequel, Rich.
thing, though. I know. I'm just thinking of horror movies.
It's true. Evil Dead's on the poster as well.
Yeah, I've watched that.
Oh,
though.
okay.
And Psycho, Halloween. Yeah, that's why I watched Halloween, 'cause it was on the poster. Anyway, yeah, carry on.
Do your links, mate.
If you've liked this rather rambly roundup of September's movie goodness, then there's loads more monthly roundups. You can go back to listen to those. But also, what I'd really recommend is that you go back to listen to our 3 series of interview episodes. That's our main podcast. That's our bread and butter. These extras are exactly what we said. Extra. So yeah, go back while you're there, hit the subscribe button, hit the automatic download button, and we'll automatically drop into your pod player of choice every single week. We will be back very soon with our new series of interview episodes, series 4. We're dropping very soon. Keep your ears open for that. We will also be back with some extra not Patreon content. We've decided to go with someone else, but we will have details with that very soon.
Yep, gotta iron all that out.
If you want to get in touch, if you want to get your comments read out on these extra monthly roundup episodes, then you can do that by talking to us on social media. We are on Twitter and we are on Instagram. We're at Unequal Sequel on both of those. You can send us an email like Paul does. It's unequalsequel@hotmail.com, which Dave forgot earlier and I didn't.
Yep, true story.
I'd just like to point out, we also have a website, unequalsequel.com, and yeah, I think that's it from us. Oh, don't forget, when you're doing the subscribing stuff, click on the little heart, click the 5 stars, leave us a nice little review. We'll love you forever.
Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. He's done it again. Thank you, Rich. Yeah, just keep sending in your thoughts. We'd really like to hear from you. We really appreciate that. Thank you for all the nice things that people say about us. We like that. It does make us feel warm and fuzzy inside. It also makes me, I can tell my mum people are actually listening now and that she doesn't feel like I'm wasting my time. Thank you. It was a nice to see you from me and a bye-bye from him.
Bye!
Guys, take a small trip, go for a walk, do whatever you want to do. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.